Hey, and welcome back to Junkster. I'm going to be playing more Heart Gold and Soul Silver randomized versus Nuzlocke with that Italian guy.
Hey, what's up?
And it is episode 28, if I am not mistaken.
Yes, it is. And my encounter is a... Oh, it's a Marine!
Aww. I am going to take on the first person in Morty's gym to see if I'm leveled enough.
It's so fluffy!
Alright then. Well, Chris does that. That's a wall rain, and it's level 16.
I need to use an item, huh?
Hold on. Do I have anything that can take this on? Yes, I do.
A wall rain? Yeah, pretty sure you do.
Yeah, I do. Ladybug.
Oh, yeah.
How it just growled at my face.
Oh, I thought Cotton Spore, for some reason, was gonna put me into, like, sleep or paralysis or something like that. But it just lowers my speed. That's it.
So it sounded like you said sleep paralysis. I'm like, I don't remember that effect in the game.
Oh, you don't? You don't? You know, that's when your Pokemon goes into a deep sleep, and then it sees one of those demons in the corner of its room, and it just freezes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis before?
I think I did once when I was a kid, because I remember when I was little, I was sleeping, and it felt like something was, like, on top of me, like, pulling my cheek.
Really?
Yeah.
I've had sleep paralysis too, but my sleep paralysis has probably been, like, a better experience.
Really?
Because, yeah, it was, like, creepy, but once I realized what it was, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what this is. I'm like, alright, I can see why it's not fun.
Yeah.
But, like, all it was I couldn't move anything but my eyes. And, like, you know how in certain games, when you get, like, poisoned or hurt, your vision just gets, like, super wonky?
Yeah.
And, like, it looks like the frame rate drops?
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what my vision was like.
Shit.
So it's just, like, I can't move anything. I can see, though, but, like, everything looks very wonky. But, like, there was nothing, like, tugging me. There was nothing, like, in the corners. It was my room, but it was just like I can't move.
Yeah, I knew.
So yeah, it's scary, but it wasn't what I saw or what people say their sleep paralysis is like.
Yeah, I knew I knew a girl actually in high school who suffered from like chronic sleep paralysis.
Really?
Yeah, that it was really bad for her a lot of the times. 'Cause, like, she wouldn't be able to move, and like her heart would like race super fast and everything. It was pretty bad. She ended up having to go like either like to a doctor or like to a therapist or something like that to like kind of see like why
what was going on.
Yeah. We got TMO6 glare.
Glare.
Yeah, I'm gonna glare at everything and paralyze it. Oh god. Hey, get back here, bitch.
Oh yeah, so you know how it has been a while since we played, right?
Yes.
So we haven't really caught up too much.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we hang out and talk a lot, but we just don't really like talk about life. We just talk. So guess who I had the fortune of running into again?
Who?
Remember how I shared that story of when I was on the bus, I ran into somebody?
Oh, what you thought her name was like Hotness or something like that?
Yeah, like, she told me her name was Hotness, and I was like, oh, so this is the person I'm talking with. And then I heard again, it was like Hotness. I'm like, oh, that's a nice name? Question mark.
So you ran into her again?
Yeah. And, like, I was like, oh, hey, I recognize you. And she's like, I recognize you, too. I was wondering if it was you. And I was like, I didn't want to say your name in case I forget, like, it wasn't actually, like, Hannes. Mm-hmm. She's like, your name starts with an M, is what she said. I'm like, yeah, it's Max. She's like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's my daughter. And then my name's Trisha.
Trisha?
And I'm like, that's not the name you told me last time.
That's funny, because my neighbor's name is Trisha.
Oh, that's funny.
So how did this experience go this time?
It was very short.
Oh, really?
Because I got on the bus and then she flagged down the bus so that she could get on, and then the bus went to our next stop and we went to that next stop, and that's when I saw her, and she was like, "Hey, is the bus really going to be here in 45 minutes?" And I'm like, "Well, the one I'm going on, yeah," kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then another bus came and she took that one.
Okay.
So it wasn't too long, and I was like, "Thank you." Water gun has 40 power, while water pulse has 60. But
Plus
I have
the chance
aqua tail, so
it has a chance to confuse too.
yeah, I know that. So I'm probably gonna take it over water gun.
Yeah.
And then that's like the only big thing that's really happened, I would say.
Well, you already know this, but the folks who are watching is so I actually got to host a podcast a couple weeks ago. It was my buddy Nick at the Final Score. Link in the description. If you're into football, baseball, hockey, any type of those sport balls, go give his channel a look-see-doodle and subscribe, because he's close to 200 subscribers actually, and we do weekly football prediction picks, and like I said, I got to host it, and it was pretty funny actually. Audio was terrible because I was hosting and I didn't know exactly what audio settings to use at the time, because it was just like I kind of like just jumped in and like I went with the settings that I had, and it was not good.
It was not good.
It was not good.
I still haven't seen any of the podcasts, unfortunately.
You should.
I'm not big into sports, but I really should, even if I'm not, because I've always been a person that supports Friends.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to watch it. It's just I have not gone around to getting to it. So I apologize.
Well, that's so good, you know.
At least I'm honest and don't be like, "Oh yeah, I watch it." And
it's like what happened on episode 3 at 23 minutes. Just like
you took off your shirt.
No, that was actually episode 7 at around 30 minutes. But yeah, if you guys are interested in sport ball, do give it a check out, and comment something that I sent you. I'm pretty sure like the only people that watch these videos are you, me, and Nick, and Nick is like probably like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch them because it's my own show."
We do get other views, we just don't get any other comments.
Yeah, that's true.
What would have been great for last episode is comment down your go-to for the ice cream truck.
We could just put that on the screen.
Oh yeah, I could have. I will. So if you see that, you'll know why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we left the last episode off with a cliffhanger for me. No, I did not get the Del Caddy. Yeah, and I said it was a person that was going to come back because I was going to nickname it Merwow.
Oh, from the last series?
Yeah.
Actually, not the last series, the series before that.
Yeah, well, last randomized series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so one time at work, I was just minding my own business, stacking apples, and this dude comes up and is like, actually no, it was peaches at the time, asking like where the peaches came from because he's just curious.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just, tried my best to be, give him information even though I didn't really know it. And he's like, "You have a good day," like kind of thing, because I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's like, "Oh no, you're good, man." I was like, "You have a good day," and I'm like, "Yeah, you have a good day as well." He's like, "Always is, brother," because I'm always fucking high.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, because I have an old man that comes to my department all the time, and coolest dude ever, but he is like, I always like, "Oh, how you doing? How you doing, boss?" He's like, "Always good," and I'm like, "Yeah." I thought it was gonna be the same person, but I'm pretty sure this like 80-year-old man is not high every day.
I mean, this dude was pretty old. Like his beard was like gray.
that instantly takes it away, because
this man didn't have a beard.
No, that's funny.
Yeah, I tried so hard not to laugh at that. He's just like, what customer tells you they're high?
I actually have a customer. She's like maybe in her 50s or 60s, and she always talks about how much pot she smokes at home. And she always like laughs at the stupidest stuff too, and it's so funny. Like, she's freaking awesome.
That's great.
But I have a kind of a funny story that happened to me at work. I don't know if I told you about this actually.
I don't think you did.
Honestly, if I haven't, then this is going to be news for you and the people at home. So
stay tuned and watch.
Yeah, it's like to be continued.
I mean, it's 10 minutes, so you can tell your story.
Okay, hopefully it doesn't take more than 5 minutes. So one day I was going into work, and same old stuff.
Really? You go to work?
Yeah, I go to work.
I know you do.
So I gave
You're one of the hardest workers I know.
I mean, sometimes. So I gave you're gonna redact their name. I gave
redacted
a hug, and this dude was just like, "Oh man, I love this store. It reminds me so much of Texas. Everybody's so friendly. They invite you to dinner, they invite you to church and stuff." And I'm like, "Oh god, dude, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not ready for this."
But you gave your coworker a hug. It's so loving.
Yeah. So he then goes on to talk about politics.
Oh.
And I'm like, for those that don't know, I do not really care for politics. Like,
I mean, no one really does.
Yeah. I mean, unless if you're
just the world has gotten really bad in terms of politics, so it's like always a heated topic. Whereas if you were to talk to someone like maybe like 5 to 10 years ago, they wouldn't care.
Yeah. So first, this guy goes on about politics and how the vice president is being controlled by the devil or the Antichrist or something like that, and that
okay.
Like, it gets better. So then he starts telling that like that she's manipulating the president to do her bidding or whatever, or something like that. And then he talks about evolution and how that we don't actually evolve from monkeys or whatever, and that it's all like
no, we don't evolve from monkeys, but we have a common ancestor.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay. And then he goes on about religion and about how something about like a temple in the Middle East or something like that, like getting ready for the end of the world or something. And I'm just sitting here,
like in Israel.
Yeah. And I'm just standing here, like, completely just not absorbing any of this.
I mean, you did because you're telling me.
Well, I can't tell you exactly word for word, but
Yeah. Oh my fucking god.
What?
I've missed all my attacks so far on this pseudo-wudo. Just die.
Just die, pseudo-wudo. God damn. So the last little part of the story, so he ends up telling me, he's like, "Oh yeah, just don't tell anybody, but I'm super smart." And I'm just like, "Sure, buddy, sure." And he's
whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah,
son.
whatever helps you, And then he said something along the lines of like he knows karate. He's like a black belt in karate, and like he's like, "How did you know I was telling the truth?" And I'm just like, "Bro, none of this is the truth. This is all just going like straight out of your ass." And I'm just like, well, you seem pretty honest and stuff, something like that. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, and thanks for, because some people when they don't think I'm telling the truth, they just kind of like roll their eyes and just walk away and stuff. But you listen to my entire story." I'm like, I kind of didn't have a choice.
Yeah, that actually happened to me when I worked in the service deli for like the 1 week I worked there. Oh my god.
Really?
So like I want to say my second or third day, some dude comes up and we didn't have the exact thing he wanted, or the last time someone didn't do something for him or something similar to that. And that was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back for him. God. And he just went off for like, because it was just like, this was still around COVID, or when it was when we were still wearing masks. We were on like a second lockdown kind of, and like all that. The vaccine had not been out yet. So like he was like, you could tell like he was just any moment he was just ready to snap, and he went off. No cursing, just you kind of just really loud, telling his such story and venting in front of everyone.
Damn.
And then he goes, "I'm sorry, but thank you for listening to me."
Yeah,
but he actually apologized like 3 different times.
You see, I don't mind people like that, but like when they just like
yeah, like at the time I was like, okay, I'm getting paid to listen to this, so
yeah.
But yeah, I felt kind of bad. Because most of our customers are actual like old people, like people in their late 50s, 60s, and 70s, occasionally
potentially 80s. I've had one customer that was like 90 or like 100 almost.
Yeah, I met a person who was 100.
Yeah,
I was just like, what the fuck?
So I'm about to get Shucky the Shuckle.
What?
Shucky the Shuckle. In Cianwood, you actually get a Pokemon because apparently your rival goes and like beats him up and takes all of his Pokemon except for one.
I see.
And it is... Oh.